Good morning, everyone. So it is now 10:30ish, somewhere around there. It is now somewhere around 10:30ish. I'm just getting up and getting dressed to go get coffee and get ready for work. I have a client at 2:15, and then I have 2 more today. And then we have a meeting at 12:30, and I want to go back to bed. So here we are, I'm all done my makeup. So it's 11:30 and I'm going to be heading into work here in about 30 minutes because I have a staff meeting. And then I don't have a client till 2:15 after that, so I'll probably just chill around, get some food, get some coffee, do something. Because I'll have about 45 minutes in between after the staff meeting and my client. And then I have another client at 5 and then another client at 6:15. So I have a couple clients that filled in today, which is awesome. And I will see you all later on the way to work. Okay, so I'm on my way into work now. It's probably about like 12:10. I have the meeting in about 20 minutes. And then after the staff meeting, like I said, I don't have a client until 45 minutes after that. So I'll probably just chill around, maybe get some coffee, maybe get some food, and then see where the day takes me. It's pretty full at work today, so it's going to be a busy day work-wise, but aside from that, I don't really know. I'm working till 8:15 tonight, I do believe. I think that would be correct. Okay, so here we are. It's now probably around maybe 3 o'clock-ish, somewhere around there. I'm all done my first appointment and then the staff meeting. I'm now just waiting for my 5 o'clock and then my 6:45, and then I'm done at 8:15. What am I going to be talking about today? Well, I figured I'd talk a little bit about an update on hormones because it has been a little bit of time since I started on them. I started on them back in August 12th, so August 12th to September 12th to October 12th is 2 months, and then we're the 17th today, so that's 2 months and 5 days. Now, I don't really like to count it as 2 months. Why? Well, simply because of the fact that the estrogen patches never fully stayed on my body. So what have I noticed from them? Well, I haven't really noticed a lot of changes. I mean, y'all would probably be better to kind of let me know what changes you are seeing, because I see myself every day, so I don't really notice them as much. I have noticed that my voice overall isn't as like rawr and rough as it has been in the past, which is awesome. Which is awesome. And other than that, my hair does seem to be getting a lot like better. I notice it's not as ratty as not as horsehair all the time anymore, which is good. Aside from the hair and my voice, I've noticed my skin is a little bit more softer and the facial hair isn't growing in as much as it usually does. Like, for example, I did not shave today. I just kind of rolled out of bed and did my makeup and went. And yes, there is some stubble and there is some growth and you can see it, but it's not nearly as bad as how it was looking before I got on the hormones after a day, because this is probably about maybe a third of the length that it would normally get up to. So like this times 3 is what I'd be at after a day of no shaving, and now I'm at this. So like it has decreased a little bit, but there's still facial hair, but that's okay. I just have to continue. What is going to happen is it's going to grow less and less and less. I'm going to have to shave less and it's going to grow in thinner, and then it'll just all work out in the end. As for the other hair, the body hair, aside from my head and up, as we move down the body, body hair is still coming in. I mean, realistically, I don't have to shave until probably about 2.5 weeks. Well, I don't have to shave at all if I don't want to, but I'll usually shave about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now, but I can still usually get away with maybe 4 or 5 weeks if I want to push it and be a Sasquatch, but it all just depends on if I want to be a Sasquatch or not. Stimulation. Let's talk a little bit about some stimulation, because there is some stimulation changes that are going on. Okay, so I was hooking up with the guy one night, and basically what had happened was he had started tweaking my nipples, and I was like, Normally I don't really have much sensation. I mean, it hurts a little bit, like someone's pinching me, giving me a nipple twister, but this was not a nipple twister sensation. This was like a, holy, oh my gosh, okay. But that was the first time that I actually had sensation from like people playing with my nipples. So it was a little bit like, oh shit, oh shit. So now I might be playing with them too, but that's okay. It feels nice. Although I can't lay down on my chest anymore, and that's kind of aggravating. Like last night I had just a regular sports bra on, and I was trying to lay down and cuddle, and I was like all, ugh. And I had my arms stretched out laying on my chest, and it hurt to lay down on my breast. So like, yeah. So stimulation is starting to take effect too. Let's see, what else? What am I noticing? I'm not really noticing that much of a decrease in my sex drive. I'm still, see, I don't know. I always had a big sex drive, and I still have a big sex drive, I guess. Like, I still like a lot of sex, but it was never really so much about the sex. Like, I need both sex and cuddles, but I'd always prefer cuddles over sex. It's weird because I do want a lot of sex. I did have a pretty high sex drive before hormones, and I still have a really high sex drive. I don't need it like often, but when I have it, it has to be long and lengthy. Like, I'm not just like a 20-minute kind of person. We're gonna go move somewhere where there's less people around so I can talk about sex more. Okay, so I think I'm a little bit better over here, and there'll be less people to actually like hear me. So I've always had a pretty high sex drive, but for me, cuddles have always been a more important thing. I would always choose cuddles over sex, but I definitely need both. Like, I'm not going to just choose one, I need both. There's like 0, that's like your normal no sex drive. Then like 10 would be a basic sex drive. My sex drive would probably be like about 15, 18, 20, and then my cuddle drive is like 30. So we'll put it into perspective like that. I haven't really noticed much of a decrease in my sex drive since getting on hormones, but that being said, I also get less erections. It's awkward talking about all this shit in front of everyone. And I mean, I'd get erections, but it was never really about using my penis during sex. I was always about, okay, what can I do to please my man or be pleased by him without him touching my penis? My penis was never used in sex to begin with, and I never really carried a hard-on when I'd be hooking up because I don't really associate with my penis, if that makes sense. But I still play with it, yes, I still masturbate. Masturbation for me isn't so much of a, oh, I need to play with myself, and I need to come, and I need to have a release. No, it's like, oh, I'm bored, I want to play with a penis. There's a penis between my legs, I'm going to play with it till I'm bored. So I never really even masturbate to the point that I'm finishing. I'm just masturbating till the point of, oh, I'm bored, so I want to play with the dick. I have noticed an increase in size in my breasts, though. My breasts are definitely starting to develop. Slowly, I might add, but they are still developing somewhat. At first, I wasn't quite sure if it was just pectoral muscles that were developing more or if it was actual breast tissue that was developing. But then after I was kind of doing a little bit more of examination on it, and then I realized there was stimulation starting to develop, I was like, okay, those are my breasts. Which, I mean, like, I cannot wait to have my boobs. Honestly, that's been like the main goal. I've always described myself as a chick with a dick. I'm truly not sure if I'm gonna go through with the bottom surgery. Chances are I will, because I feel like it would make sex more beneficial. But a lot of the bottom surgery that I wanted was more for having my own child. And that being said, I get that it's unethical here in Canada and we're still kind of doing studies, but it's done in Sweden, so I might honestly just pop over to Sweden, have my bottom surgery, and then have the surgery to be able to carry my own child into term, because I want to carry my own child. Yes, I get that being pregnant is painful, and yes, I get that there's all these like risk factors with it, but I want to carry my own child. So if I have to go to fucking Sweden to go have a surgery that's not allowed in Canada, then I mean, realistically, I have no issues with it. I get that it's like unethical and there's risk factors, but like, I want to carry my own child. I'm carrying my own child. Oh my gosh, my hand is freezing right now. Brr. Look how red that's getting. Okay. I will probably go through with the bottom surgery anyways, even if I'm not going to be getting the surgery to kind of allow me to carry my own child to term. I was told that we weren't there at all. Well, I mean, yes, it is high risk factor, very high risk, but we are there. In Sweden, there are surgeries. And in the States, there have been surgeries, not for trans women, but for cisgender women, yes. So there was I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on my channel already, but there was a woman who couldn't conceive naturally. So they had transplanted someone else's uterus into her and gave her their uterus so that she could carry children to term and have birth. It would have to be a C-section. You couldn't naturally push a child out, but she was able to carry, I gotta turn a bit because the sun is starting to come out, but she was able to carry the child to term and conceive and like have her child. So we are there. It's just unethical, which means I'm gonna have to go to Sweden to go get pregnant, what I don't really have a problem with. Eventually, I will end up in Sweden for about 3 years so that I could have my children. So that's my little update on hormones and how it's going with that. Whee! Okay, so that has been my little tidbit. I was looking into the policies on YouTube and it said something about spamming. So I need to start actually finding content for my daily vlogs because I guess I can't do a daily vlog where I just get up and go throughout my day if it gets repetitive, because apparently that's against the spam policies or whatever. So today's daily vlog is talking about hormone update, and I guess I'm just gonna be doing videos like that. I don't know. I'm still learning this, okay? It's a learning process, but I'm getting the hang of it somewhat. My ass is wet. That is not okay. How bad? Oh, not bad. It's just cold, I think, actually, not wet. But we're probably around somewhere like 4:15. Hopefully we're around 4:15. I have a client at 5, as I said. Hopefully they're gonna be here shortly, and then I'll treat them. And then I have a client at 6:45, and then I'm done at 8:15, and then go home and chillax. So I'm just gonna head back into work now, and I'll see y'all after work. So I'm finally all done work here. Brr, it is chilly, but that's okay. I'll get through. I'm on my way home now, and then I'm gonna curl up with a fluffy blankie. So I'm probably gonna cut it here, and then I'll pick it up again once I get home. Okay, so it's now 12:30. I'm all done everything for the day. I hope you enjoyed that 2-month update on hormones. I don't really know if I'd fully count it as 2 months. Like I said, the estrogen patch wouldn't always stay on, so technically I consider it like maybe a month and a half, but that is okay. If you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe and drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video.